Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Hey cousins!
Hey, what's going on?
Wow, we have a visitor. Hey kids.
You never know who's gonna pop up here.
It's your cousin Kate. She missed you guys just like we did.
Let her take some time off to get our minds right. Spend time with mom.
Yep. Good old family time.
Yes indeed, yes indeed. Now, I know you cousins are not blind and you see and hear everything what's going on in the news. Please do not call Peter.
She's okay.
But we need to address some things, cousins. I know it's been a lot on your mind and we need to address it.
Spit that gum out. Spit the gum out!
Yeah, it's heavy times right now.
It is.
On your hearts, your minds. I've been trying to not watch the news, but it's so hard, so might as well know what's going on, stay informed.
But we have to address these unarmed killings yet again. I thought this was done and over with, but we gotta do it once again. Keeps on going.
Yeah, and although we like to keep things a little, not to say optimistic, but we like to talk about what's really happening. And as you clearly see, we're both black.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black.
We're not hiding that, and to sit here and say that this doesn't affect us or have any impact on us would be a blatant and obvious lie.
Obvious, terrible lie.
Yes, and it would be, what's the word? Wrong of us in a sense to not address it because it's an elephant in the room and we gotta talk about it.
Exactly. So, with all the hashtags out there-
Irresponsible! That's the word.
I'm glad you remember because I shouldn't.
It would be irresponsible of us.
So we're gonna say those names that have been hashtagged. Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. These three have died unarmed at the hands of hatred. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna call it what it is: hatred.
That's exactly what it is.
Especially with George Floyd's case.
Now, I chose not to watch the video. I'm sure many of you out there have. I just, for me, couldn't because I just felt like it was, I don't know, disrespectful to watch somebody die and see their last moments. That's not for me, but I don't judge anybody who watched it. It's just, I was okay with not seeing it. There was enough reporting and people telling me what happened that I didn't need to visually see it.
And everybody puts it on every social media website.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I couldn't bring myself to.
But the question remains, what are we to do about this?
That is the question.
I mean, all over the city, there's been protests. Well, we'll put it this way, all over the country, there's been protests after protests after protests. Me personally, I agree with the protests. I don't agree with the vandalism. I don't agree with the looting because a lot of that's happening in our own communities.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. But I also don't get this notion of this peaceful protest in the sense that when did that become the only way someone could protest? Why do we always tell people you must protest peacefully? If you watch protests in these other countries, that's kind of an oxymoron. You cannot peacefully protest. Where's that getting us? I get it, Gandhi tried to do it and Dr. King, respectfully so, but at the end of the day, like, it hasn't worked. It has not worked.
I mean, I could have sworn that there were people protesting about the stay-at-home order who walked up to government buildings with AR-15s.
And I don't think none of them got shot.
Oh no, they just sit back and like, hey, calm down there, pal.
Yeah.
But if it's us, we don't make it.
I mean, it's sad to say, but we are literally at a war, and people don't want to say that, but for us, this is war.
Yeah, your cousin Phil would have went out there and protest with everybody, but I was banned by 5 different people.
He was.
Should have just let me go.
Bruh.
Next time.
I was gonna bring popsicles or something, you know. Hydrate the protesters. That's my job.
Would have been good.
Entertain the troops.
Yeah, but you know, in all honesty, I've watched a couple people. I watched a whole bunch of different news programmings, and a lot of people made a good point. This country was started off of violence. It was started off of looting. You came in, right? You came into a whole land that was already occupied by the indigenous group. And you were like, you know what? You thought they were less than you, and you figured, let me take advantage of them. And what did you do? You gave them diseases, you shot them after they taught you, right? After you took their knowledge. So same thing with us, right? Everybody wants to be black, but nobody wants to be black. Everybody wants to experience black culture, but nobody wants to go through the pain of what it is to be black.
That's another topic that we're gonna bring up. Colorism and racial appropriation.
But so all of these ideas of, once again, this peaceful protest and these people, you didn't come in here peacefully, right?
Now I want to get this straight. There are non-people of color who ally with this, who say that that it's wrong. But there are also people who say, I'm not racist, but.
Yeah, you can't have no but in that. No but.
Yeah, you're hiding your truth.
Don't want to accept your own privileges, and by accepting those, then you realize others have been wrong, and not just us as black people, but other groups of people as well. I mean, nobody likes to talk about how we just skirt over the whole concentration camps or the internment camps for the Japanese during World War II. Nope, we never bring that up. Outside of like history class, we never bring it up.
Oh, because we're told to get over it.
Yeah, you can't tell somebody how to respond to how they're being treated. Right? If I poke Phil, I can't tell him, oh, don't say nothing. I can't tell him that. How? And you can't tell somebody when to get over something. It don't matter if it happened 5 million years ago. I'm not over it.
Definitely not over it.
Especially when it's still relevant, right? It still has relevancy in all of our lives. You know, like I said, we're black. I have brothers. I have a father. I have uncles. My mother. We're all black.
We are.
And we're all targeted. It's just not as, it was men and women. Black people in general are targeted. Children, adults, sometimes the babies.
And it's sad.
It's extremely sad.
Now, if you want to be an ally and be a person of outside of the, I'm gonna call it a color spectrum. One of your cousins emailed me something. She said, instead of being, I'm not racist, you have to go into anti-racism.
That's a good way of looking at it.
And what that means is the active process of identifying and eliminating racism by changing systems, organizational structures, policies, and practices and attitudes so that power is redistributed and shared equally. However, that only works for those who have the privilege to do so.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I've been watching the news conferences, and I believe it's the governor of Minnesota was speaking. And it struck me odd when he was like, we have to prosecute and we have to, make all these changes. And I'm like, but you're the governor. You can make the changes. If you want to prosecute these men, if you want to indict them, you're the governor. I'm confused. Why are you saying we need these changes and we need this done? You can actually...
I could have sworn that was done on a state level.
You could implement.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I was just sitting here like, I was talking to my mom and I was just like, did he really just say that? Sir, you're the governor. Last time I checked, you can make these changes. No? Maybe in Minnesota, their governor can't. But I'm pretty sure.
He the only one.
They had like the police chief. They had all these people on here. The lieutenant, lieutenant, governor. They had all these people on there, and I'm like, no, y'all can't make the change. No, okay. I'm confused. Maybe they are as well.
I am too, but if anybody paid attention to social studies class, I mean, it pretty much tells you that.
Maybe they did. Maybe they don't know their power, unlike our president who doesn't know his power either. We won't even get into his egregious tweets because, once again, we know he is just for himself. Said it. Who gonna check me? This man is for himself. He not for me. He not for you people out there. He's not for his supporters. He's just for whoever is gonna get him what he wants.
Yeah, whatever makes him happy, that's what he goes for.
Yeah, so I cannot. Anything he says is just in one ear and out the other. Unfortunately, it holds no weight. You know, he's talking about, and then he talks such in elementary terms, as in, what are you trying to say? Like, what is the thought process here? Like, I feel like a 5-year-old makes better sense than he does, because I was reading the tweets and I could not follow it. It was just so incoherent. I was like, what are you even saying? What are you saying? Stop it. They have speechwriters for a reason. Utilize them.
They fired them.
There you have it. But yeah, your president just wants to ramble and mumble on. He was talking about Antifa. Sir, what? And the left extremists. Pull him off TV.
Anything for his political agenda.
Yeah, is.
And before you say anything, I'm neither Republican, Democrat. I don't have a political party I align with.
Whether you have one or not, this man is clearly mentally challenged.
That's y'all champion.
You know, that's somebody who's worked with the population. He exhibits a lot of signs. He's a con artist. He's a con artist. That's all we got to say about that. But it's just sad, you know, because we just keeping it real and raw, you know, cousins. We talked about what we would want to talk about, but there's just so many emotions, you know. Talking to friends, you know, I have a friend who recently had little boys, and you know, she's talking about how she's worried about raising sons. I had another friend I saw post on Facebook, she's pregnant, and all these anxieties that people are having about having children, especially black children, you know, in today's society. And I completely get it. Like, I would feel some kind of way if I was pregnant right now and just had a baby.
I feel that way now for myself and my own son. And here's the thing that I want to say, and I remember this is a family channel, but
Okay.
Sounded good, didn't it?
We're gonna keep it off. We always gonna keep it real on here, y'all. We don't know how else not to be authentic, and it would come across to y'all if we weren't. And this is such a sensitive topic for many people, so we understand that this might get some real crazy comments on this video, and that's okay. We're gonna leave them right there because we're gonna let whoever's a true hater let it be shown. I'm not blocking nothing. We're not doing none of that because
I'm too grown for that, first of all.
too grown for that.
Can't be sitting there, oh, you didn't say anything positive. You had your own opinion.
You can't tell us how we should have an opinion about the lives we've lived. I've been black since the day I was conceived. So I didn't make that choice. The world made that choice for me, that because of how I look, that I would be treated a certain way. I would be targeted for certain things, as many of us has, you know, experienced. We don't have to go into all that details. But if you don't know what that feels like to be targeted every day because you woke up, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Now, I put a post up on my Facebook page just expressing how I feel. How I feel I can't leave the house wondering if I'm going to return. How I would feel if my son grows up. Could he go out and leave the house and not return? And I was told, you know, I was given this whole, oh, if I say something like that, I'd be called a racist. First of all, if you're stifling anybody about how they feel, shut up, walk away. Because I'm tired of that rhetoric.
Yeah, it's played out. It's corny.
And also, if you've never been profiled by the police, like I have been at the age of 17 in front of my own house, sitting in my mother's car, pulled out of the car by a police officer and searched because I look suspicious, but I'm in front of my home.
Yeah, this is why it's important. It's funny because I recently went back home. Yes, I figured if I was gonna be quarantined and death might knock on the door, I don't think that would happen. I need to go see my mom. So I went back home.
I raided the fridge when she was
to spend time with my family, which I'm glad I did considering all this happening as soon as I returned. And it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
I was gonna go somewhere and it's just so much in my mind that I don't know where I was gonna go with that. I'm sure I had a point and it might come back to me. If not, y'all forgive me. But to think that these people are someone's loved one, they're someone's daughter, son, father, husband, wife, sister, aunt. These are people who are loved every day. And the fact that you give more rights to animals, like, let's be honest. Some of you white folks out there, I said it, I'm sorry. We know we got some white cousins, we love y'all. But y'all go so crazy at the thought of cruelty to animals, which no, animals shouldn't be treated cruelly anyways. Or either, excuse me. But no, you don't have the same outcry. It's always, well, what were they doing? Why do we need all these scenarios of what happened? We don't need that. At the end of the day, like you said, we pay taxes. Our tax money pays these people to basically terrorize us. And you don't have nothing to say about it. Last time I checked, didn't we go to a whole war? Was that not the Boston Tea Party? No taxation without representation. We're being taxed and we're not properly being represented. So, because people love to bring up this one point. This whole black on black crime, this whole, oh, y'all killing each other. First of all, as we stated, we pay cops, police, all these officials off of our tax money. That's one. Two, when we talk about crime statistics, black on black crime, white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime is always gonna be higher. Why? Because people typically live around other people that look like them. So when you can go to the FBI website, you can pull up your own crime statistics. I used to do it all the time in college, right? Because this was a topic and we talked about this. That's what happens. So yes, you also look up white on white crime, it's going to be high.
The more you know.
So please stop using that as an excuse for anything. It is not an excuse, it is not a justification. If I live around people that look like me, more than likely I'm gonna be victimized by people that look like me. And also, white men have a higher crime rate against any other ethnic or racial group.
But you didn't know that one, did you?
So once again, you can check out the crime stats. The FBI posts them on the website. Just do a little research and stop letting people try to lead you with this BS.
Oh, and by the way, I get just as upset if it's crimes happening to our own people by our own people. So you can't justify that.
Yes, but we can't let it distract us from what else is happening. So don't let it be a deterrent as in, oh, well, they're all killing once again, all racial and ethnic groups victimize their own kind because you typically what? Live around people who look like you. That is also a statistical fact. So I just had to throw that in there because I'm tired of hearing that as well.
You and me both.
I'm just tired of it. I'm tired.
And the moment that we speak out, we're called animals. But like she just said, you treat animals better than you treat us.
Oh yeah.
So are we really animals?
I think that's how they say it, right? They like to call us monkeys and gorillas and all kinds of stuff and chimps, and it's unfortunately this is the world we live in, and now it's being more exposed. Not that it's not been happening, right? This has been happening. You look at the civil rights, they used to take water hoses and take dogs, and they were filming it then too. But I don't know if because it's more real time, like you can go on live and just start showing it out. It's not like you have to wait. It's not edited. It's not watered down. It's not told through media sources that you might not trust. It's your friend posting about it. It's your uncle. It's your cousin. It's somebody you know and you trust who's showing you these images every single day.
Because it's affecting all of us, whether you want to hear about it or not. I don't like hearing the news because I don't like negativity, but it's there. I can't ignore it. It's there.
I do remember my point now, so you can't even me. So I was on a road trip to New York with my daughter, and I don't know what came over me. This was about 2-3 weeks ago, and I thought I need to teach my child the Bill of Rights and the amendments, because as Black people, like I went to inner city schools, like grew up around a lot of Black people, not obviously, but I did. And I had my AP World History teacher, or was it US? My AP US teacher, older white dude, and this is a classroom predominantly full of Black kids, and we went over the Bill of Rights, like piece by piece, all the amendments, and he was like, you know what? I don't know if he saw it, but I have this classroom full of Black kids, and I know what they're gonna experience. I know I'm not gonna experience it, but I know, and I can't have them going out into the world not knowing certain things. And in that moment, I thought to myself, I have to teach my child this, because I can't send her into the world unprepared for things she's gonna face. Like, it's cool, algebra, great. It's cool, we know certain scientific things, which we do need to know because COVID is out there. So, but I need you to know the law. We need to start teaching basic law, even with just in our amendments, to our kids, and like really teach it. You don't have to go to law school and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to finally get into it. Because in law school, they go through each one. Each one is like a class within itself. Excuse me, I'm getting excited. But that is what I'm doing, as a parent, and even for myself to refresh on some things, because, yeah.
I heard a statement, they said rules were made for whites and laws were made for Blacks.
I can believe it.
I don't know who told me that statement. It was posted somewhere. I read a lot. I read a lot.
Yeah, or I saw a comment where they were like, oh, Black people, you shouldn't be, people shouldn't be looting, that's wrong. And then another comment under it, I think it was like a Twitter feed that somebody reposted on Facebook, and they were like, okay, but starting wars in the Middle East won't make up for 9/11. Yeah, I don't want to hear that though. I don't want to hear that. You want to blame a whole race of people, a whole ethnic group of people, a whole religious sect of people for one day, right? I lived through 9/11, right? I literally lived through 9/11. I lived in New York City at the time. What is it, like almost 20 years later now? We're still fighting something we have no idea. Same thing, WMDs, right? But no, violence is not the answer. So why did you invade a whole country? I thought, what happened? Why not protest it peacefully?
That's easy. Control of money, control of oil, control.
Sorry,
I'm sorry. I'm trying my best.
to it.
I'm trying my best to lighten the mood, because
like we said,
I'm trying. I'm really trying, but
we just had to come and talk to y'all about it. Just, let us know how you're feeling down below. It's a safe space. If we do see anybody in the comments doing too much, we're gonna get you. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us your thoughts. What is your plan as far as if you have kids, how you talk to your kids about this? I know I was speaking with friends and they're trying to talk to their toddlers because 3, 4, 5-year-olds are asking like, what's going on? So, drop down. You already know?
leave a comment. Also, leave a like.
We like likes.
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
And of course, subscribe, because now that we're back, we didn't leave, we just took a break.
We did.
We want to make sure y'all don't miss anytime we have a call.
Never.
Love you guys. Stay safe. Stay protected.
Remember, you're loved.
You're loved.
Later, cousins.